Okay, y'all, we just got off Disney's newest cruise ship, the Destiny, and it's got some of the coolest hidden details, including some ultra exclusive, you gotta be in the know, secret character interactions that you are not gonna wanna miss. Luckily, we're bringing you the best tips and secrets today here on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Step aboard and decide, are you team heroes or team villains? The Disney Destiny is all about that epic battle between good and evil, with plenty of fun entertainment and delicious food thrown in the mix. We were lucky enough to be the first to sail on this brand new cruise ship, and today we've got a whole bunch of super secret hidden details and tips that you're gonna have to seek out if you're cruising on the Destiny. All right, we're going to start in one of the brand new lounges on the ship, the Sanctum. This is a Doctor Strange themed lounge, completely new to Disney Cruise Line. You're going to find lots of mystical items tied to the films, like the Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto. The drinks are something special, and many are totally unique to this bar. The mirror dimension comes in a glass that reacts to your touch with bolts of electricity. The Vapors of Valtor shows off those bubbles that Disney Cruise Line is obsessed with adding to the tops of their drinks, and to be honest, we are too. These ones are berry flavored. Circle of the Cosmos comes in an inverted martini glass with a Madeleine cookie on top, and several drinks are going to be crafted tableside with the bar's levitating mixing glasses. Here's the most exclusive show on the ship, and I was going to save this for later in the video, but I cannot wait. Tucked away in a secret spot on the Destiny is Dr. Facilier's Parlor, which is an exclusive experience for only about 10 people per show. 3 guests are invited to sit at the table while Dr. Facilier does some card tricks and talks to the crowd. Photos and video are not allowed. They want you really experiencing the whole thing. This is rather short. It's a short show, only about 7 to 8 minutes, and you might be waiting a long time. We waited about 50 minutes to enter. You'll find this secret show inside the Disney studio near the Atrium. Don't worry, cast members can direct you if you're lost. Now, really quickly before we move on, the Disney Destiny is the 7th ship to join the Disney Cruise Line fleet, and there's a whole lot more to know than just the secrets we're sharing in this video. So that's why we've made our Disney Destiny quick guide for you. This mini guide has everything you're gonna need when you're planning to set sail on the Destiny, and it is completely free. Just scan the QR code or head to disneyfoodblog.com/destiny to get your free copy sent straight to your inbox. Now, if you find yourself in the Atrium at 10 p.m. or midnight, you'll get to see the Destiny's Kiss Goodnight. Music inspired by Black Panther will play while the chandelier lights up in blue and silver tones. Lighting will change in the entire atrium from the floor all the way to the ceiling. If you can, you should definitely try to catch this at least once on your trip. Now, we've already experienced the Haunted Mansion Parlor on the Disney Treasure, but it is still one of our favorites aboard the Destiny, and you are still going to want 45 minutes in here. The show runs for about 30 minutes, but we've heard that there are slight differences in each run, so cast members recommend planning at least 45 minutes if you really want to take it all in. If you sit in that big spooky chair that kind of looks like Donald Duck, you remember it from Haunted Mansion, you might hear mysterious ghostly conversations. And there are moving portraits in the parlor, of course, as well, with familiar characters, though they have all met their demise. Take a look at the shelf with sheet music. The lyrics will only illuminate when the chorus to Grim Grinning Ghosts is playing in the lounge. And don't forget to look back at those portraits, because the Captain and Medusa will sing along to this one. There are several more nods to the Haunted Mansion ride. You're going to find a hat box on a side table and a casket in a glass case that shakes while someone screams, "Get me out of here!" There's also a bust of Raleigh Crump, the famous Imagineer who worked on the Haunted Mansion, melting like his original Candleman character design. You may even be lucky enough to get chosen to ring the bell when Madame Leota appears behind the bar. The parlor tells the story of the captain who joins the ghostly realm after an unfortunate dinner with his fiancée, and you can actually solve the mystery of his murder by searching for clues throughout the room. No matter where you're sitting in the parlor, though, you're going to find something interesting to look at or hear. The space was designed so that the sound effects and little details are different in every corner of the room, so you'll have plenty of reasons to return. Oh, and don't forget that the secret menu, which we've already shared with you in treasure videos, is also on the Destiny. Just turn the iPad menu vertical to access the puzzle to be able to order the drink. The unique character experiences continue with the Maleficent encounter and show. This is another one you're going to want to prioritize, as the line was long to enter Saga, which is where it takes place, which is kind of that big theater over at the end of the ship. The show itself is about 15 minutes long with some interactive elements, and then everyone in the room gets to meet Maleficent and get their photos taken. This character photo op is great because you get to stay seated as groups are called up row by row for their encounters. If you want more Maleficent, you can catch her appearing during the storytelling shows in the Atrium, and you'll also see Loki's story at other times throughout the cruise. Moral of the story with the Destiny, don't miss a show. Now, this might be a Disney cruise, but there's plenty for the adults on board. Those storytellers who told Maleficent and Loki stories are back to talk about your favorite Marvel heroes. Now, this isn't too risque of a show, but there are a few jokes that the kids just won't get and are squarely for the adults. At the end of the show, Deadpool shows up to add a little more spice and roast us Disney adults. Now, another fun tip is that different floors have different themes. This is the case on all Disney cruise ships. The theming of the Destiny is all about heroes and villains, and you're going to see decor inspired by some of Disney's most beloved characters. Decks 2, 7, and 6 are Hercules and Mulan themed. Decks 8 and 9 are Brave and Raya and the Last Dragon themed. Decks 10 and 11 are Big Hero 6 and The Incredibles themed. Now, the cabins on these decks will roughly alternate theming between the two films represented. There may be 2 to 5 of the same themed room next to one another, or they may alternate every other. Kind of just depends on the section you're in. We'd recommend choosing your stateroom off of the location you prefer, like the deck and forward, middle, or aft, rather than necessarily on the theme, because you can never really guarantee it in your room. But if you have a film you adore, then this deck guide can help you narrow it down. Decks 12 and 13 have the concierge suites, and there are also several hero suites themed to Hercules or The Incredibles. Deck 14 is home to the super luxe 2-story Iron Man suite. This is located inside the funnel of the ship, so you got some really cool views and people watching, but don't worry, the glass frosts over with the flip of a switch so people can't see inside. There are lots of details throughout the suite that will make you feel like you've stepped into Tony Stark's lab, including some Iron Man helmets hidden around, including in the kids' bunk room. The iconic Disney Pog juice, that's passion fruit, orange, and guava juice, can be found on the Disney Destiny, and you can have as much of it as you want. We were grabbing food at Marceline Market, which is the casual dining buffet upstairs on Deck 11, and we came across a drink called Orchard's Finest, which turns out to be none other than Pog juice. If you got a craving, this stuff is available all day long at Marceline's. Now let's head into DeVille's, the brand new Cruella DeVille bar. This entire one is decked out in Cruella's signature red, white, and black, and it is very luxurious. You're gonna spot replicas of her phone and car on the shelves behind the bar, but the big excitement here is when Cruella herself shows up. The pianist will lead the crowd in singing the iconic Cruella DeVille song, and when Cruella throws a fit and then requests that the audience and the pianist work on some better lyrics, that means the whole bar gets to perform for her when she comes back 10 minutes later. This is a really fun and interactive character moment, one of many on this ship, and we are loving it. Now there's another brand new show, one of those Broadway-style shows on the Disney Destiny. It's Disney Hercules, and it retells the story from the film with many of the classic songs as well as a brand new song, Shooting Star, which was originally written for the film but didn't make the final cut. The cast is incredible. Those giant puppets are just massive, are outstanding. And overall, this is a show worthy of a Broadway stage. The mashup of familiar songs with some new twists was nostalgic and exciting. And overall, this is probably one of our favorite Broadway-style shows aboard a Disney cruise. Definitely check it out. There's a brand new rotational dining restaurant called Pride Lands. This is the new Lion King dinner show. This takes the place of the Frozen and Coco dining experiences on the Wish and Treasure. During your meal, you're going to be serenaded by performers telling the tale of the Lion King, and the menu here will feature African-inspired dishes like curried apricot chicken sausages, roasted red capsicum soup, Sarabi's roasted beef tenderloin salad, Kiara's black-eyed pea hummus, pan-seared Berber spice roasted chicken, roasted prime rib of beef, and passion fruit layer cake. You can check out our full review of the food here at DisneyFoodblog.com. The show itself is incredible. Our only caveat is that maybe it's too good and too much. There's more to the show than the Frozen and Coco dinner shows, which is great, but there are more performances during your meal, so we felt bad for ignoring some of the dancing in order to eat our entrees. We do think this one will be a crowd favorite, even if we would rather have seen this show in a full theater environment rather than between and during our dinner courses. Now, on the heels of the opening of the Beacon Barrel at Magic Kingdom, the Disney Destiny offers another Pirates of the Caribbean themed bar, Cask and Cannon, which is filled with loads of hidden details. If you look at the carpet, you can see more ship details like rope and tentacles, and there are 13 drawers with treasure maps, each labeled with a scene from a different Pirates ride from around the world. The lanterns may look familiar. They're the same ones in the queue of the Disneyland ride. And for you rum aficionados, there are several rare rums sold here that have been purchased from auctions. This is going to be an ongoing project, so there will always be new rums on the menu. And look up at the ceiling. You're going to see 7 ships that reflect the 7 ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So while the AquaMouse, the water coaster on the ship, isn't new, it debuted on the Disney Wish, and you can also find it on the Treasure, there's a brand new storyline that you're only going to find on the Destiny for now. Sing a Silly Song is the new cartoon that'll be shown during your ride on the AquaMouse. This story features Villains Mountain and is exclusive to the Destiny. We always recommend hitting up the AquaMouse early, like on day 1 when everyone else is at the lunch buffet, if you can. Otherwise, earlier in the day will be less crowded. Or if you happen to ride during dinner or the Broadway show time frame, it's pretty uncrowded then too, but I know a lot of people don't want to skip dinner or the show. So this water ride is going to see long waits during the afternoons and especially on days at sea. And this next tip might not be Destiny specific, but it's one we do not want you to miss. You can order a sundae from the ship's sweets shop, in this case Edna a la Mode Sweets, which is an Incredibles themed ice cream parlor, and have it delivered to you at dinner. I love doing this. This goes for any of the restaurants on board, and it's a seriously fun surprise for your family. This is one of those extra cost items though. The sweets shops are not included in your set cruise price, but this is one upgrade that can make a big impact for not a huge price tag. And don't forget another cross-cruise tip that we can't let you leave this video without, a way to get free coffee. Yep, that regular drip coffee is going to be included in your cruise fee, but those specialty lattes and cappuccinos will not. There is a way to score some free drinks, though, if you're a big caffeine fiend. You can grab a stamp card at any of the coffee bars on board, Cove Cafe, Cafe Megara, or Cafe Merida, and fill up the stamp card with coffee purchases to get your next one free. Okay, stay tuned to the channel because we'll have even more Disney Cruise Line content coming soon. If you're looking for more info about this new ship, the Destiny, be sure to download our free mini guide to the ship at disneyfoodblog.com/destiny and check out our videos on the Disney Treasure and Disney Wish to decide which ship is right for you. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.